announcing that I will not be running for a third term. I'm so humbled to be your governor. This is the best job I ever had.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. Chris is off today. You just heard it from the governor himself. He will not run for a third term. That's incredibly significant, as this upcoming gubernatorial race will be the first open race in 16 years. Governor Evers saying he's incredibly proud of what he's done for Wisconsin, but now it's time to focus on his family. Evers' announcement comes after a Marquette Law School poll was released last month showing 55% of registered voters would vote for him for a third term. Now, with the office of governor up for grabs, it will be another thing Democrats will have to fight for to keep Republicans from having the majority in every part of the legislature. And that's been under Republican control since 2011. No other Democrats have submitted their bid for the position at this point. However, two Republicans, Bill Berrien and Josh Schoemann, began their individual campaigns for governor earlier this year. Both candidates saying what they want to see in Wisconsin's future.
It's been 6 years of failed policies that in so many ways represent sort of gears in reverse. And we need to put those gears forward. We need to open Wisconsin for business again.
We'll let open race, no doubt, but it doesn't change my focus. My focus is on the people of Wisconsin, building a shared vision with them and making Wisconsin a place that people want to be, not just be from.
WisDem's chair also looking to the future, saying in part, quote, while Republican candidates rush to embrace the most extreme elements of their party and face another divisive and bitter primary battle, we will be prepared to hold them accountable, ensure Wisconsin elects a Democratic governor in 2026, end quote. Wisconsin's GOP chairman also saying in part, quote, Tony Evers saw the writing on the wall. Wisconsinites are fed up with far left policies. While Wisconsin Democrats continue to lose approval of voters, Republicans are already working on winning up and down the ballot, end quote. In a First Alert update tonight, Samantha Cavalli has reaction from local lawmakers following the governor's announcement. She's in our Fox Valley newsroom with more details. Samantha.
Right, Cami. With both parties bracing for a wide open race, Wisconsin's political future could look very different by next fall when the next governor will be elected. Republicans are calling Evers' retirement a win for the GOP, hoping a win in the election will allow them to get more done for Wisconsin. Now, while several lawmakers didn't always agree with the governor's policies, many on both sides respected Governor Evers' approach to leadership. In the lead up to the search, both Democrats and Republicans believe it's important for the next governor to be able to work in a divided state.
That has to be a key part in a purple state where we have very tight margins in the legislature. We've been able to get some good things done in a bipartisan fashion over the last couple of years, and we'll probably need that to continue to function appropriately going forward.
The next Wisconsin governor, I really hope is somebody who will keep moving Wisconsin forward. I hope, again, it's somebody who's going to be strong on public education. I hope it's somebody who's going to understand that working families make up the bulk of Wisconsin, and we need to do a little bit more to help make things more affordable for folks.
Tonight at 6, we have more reaction from local and federal leaders and how Governor Evers' decision is already energizing both parties for November 2026. Reporting in the Fox Valley newsroom, Samantha Cavalli, Action 2 News.
Samantha, thanks. Many Democrats are said to be eyeing that potential campaign, including Attorney General Josh Kaul, Lieutenant Governor Sarah Rodriguez, State Senator Kelda Roys, Secretary of State Sarah Godlewski, Milwaukee Mayor Cavalier Johnson, and Milwaukee County Executive David Crowley.